Good afternoon, students. Welcome to social class. So in previous class already I have explained about the Himalayas. Now I am going to explain the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the desert, the peninsular plateau, coastal plain and the group of islands. So we have already learned in the previous class about the Himalayas. Himalayas divided into three parts: Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Southern Himalayas, Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. Now we are going to learn about the Indo-Gangetic Plain. So most of the river origin from the Himalayas and flows from Himalayas to east direction, also west direction. Indus River flows from Himalayas to west direction and mixing into Arabian Sea. Observe, this is the Indus River. The area which is near the Indus River, we called it Indus Plain. This is the Ganga Plain. The area which is on the bank of the river Ganga, it is totally formed with alluvial soil. We called it Ganga Plain. So most of the areas covered with alluvial soil near the rivers. So it is familiar with the name of Granary of India. Northern plains familiar with the name of Granary of India. So a small branches joining with the main river, we call it tributaries. Indus has 5 tributaries, Ganga has so many tributaries, and Brahmaputra. So Brahmaputra flowing from Himalayas to east direction, then it flows from Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Tripura and then mixing into through the Bangladesh, then mixing into Bay of Bengal. So Ganga familiar with the name of Padma in Bangladesh. At the same time, Brahmaputra familiar with the name of Jamuna in Bangladesh. Padma and Jamuna both mixed with each other and form like one single river we call Meghna. Then it is mixing into Bay of Bengal. Now note down these tributaries and also main river. Indus tributaries: Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Sutlej. Once again note down: Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Sutlej. Next, Ganga tributaries: Yamuna, Gandak, Son, Kosi, Padma. It is very important, they will ask you in the examination point of view. Yamuna, Gandak, Son, Kosi, Padma. Next, Brahmaputra tributaries: Beki, Kopili, Lohit, Lasa, Manas, Subansiri, Teesta. Teesta is very important for examination point of view. So most of the Himalayan rivers flowing down. So these flowing down, this is the area deposited with gravel, pebble, sedimentary rocks. So the area which is covered with pebbles and sedimentary rocks, we called it Babar. And remaining areas covered with marshy regions. Marshy regions we call Terai. Note on this one. The Himalayan rivers flowing down deposit gravel, pebbles, sedimentary rocks are called Babar. Remaining marshy regions we called it Terai. Once again. So this is the Indus Plain, Ganga Plain and Brahmaputra Plain. Tributaries of Indus, Ganga tributaries and Brahmaputra tributaries. Next, Thar Desert. Thar Desert is the greatest desert. So this is the Thar Desert. Thar Desert is the greatest desert in India. It is the biggest desert in India. It is located in the west part of Aravalli Mountains, because Aravalli Mountains obstruct the southwest monsoon winds, at the same time northeast monsoon winds. They never allow the winds in the backside of Aravalli Mountains. So backside of Aravalli Mountains mostly covered with the desert area. East part of Aravalli Mountains covered with the plains. Next one, Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau. So this is the Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau in the north direction and south direction. South we know already, Deccan Plateau. North part covered with 4 plateaus. Malwa Plateau in the west, Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east, middle part Pagalkand Plateau in the Uttar Pradesh, Bundelkhand Plateau in the middle of Malwa Plateau and also Chota Nagpur Plateau. Next, south part. This is the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau divided into two parts, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. East side Eastern Ghats and west side Western Ghats. The length of Western Ghats 1600 kilometers. The length of Eastern Ghats 600 kilometers. The height of Western Ghats up to 2000 meters. The height of Eastern Ghats up to 900 meters. So note down here 2000 meters the height of Western Ghats. The height of Eastern Ghats 900 meters. Next, the highest peak in the Western Ghats, Anaimudi, and it is also the highest peak in South India. The highest peak in Western Ghats and the highest peak in South India, Anaimudi. So the height of Anaimudi 2695 meters. Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats meets at Gudalur. So this is in Nilagiri mountains. The highest peak in Nilagiri mountains, Dodabetta. This is Dodabetta. So the height of Dodabetta 2637 meters. So Nilagiri mountains, the famous hill station Udagamandalam. Now it is called Ooty. Ooty is located in the Nilagiri mountains. Next, the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats last point, joined in last point, southernmost tip of plateau, Kanyakumari. It is very important for map pointing. The southernmost tip of plateau, Kanyakumari. Next, the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats, Aromakonda or Arayakonda. So it is located in Chintapalli, Visakhapatnam. The height of Aromakonda 1680 meters. The highest peak in Western Ghats, Anaimudi. The highest peak in Eastern Ghats, Aromakonda. So next, Chota Nagpur Plateau. It is very rich in mineral resources. Especially iron ore deposits are found in Chota Nagpur Plateau. So it is very rich in mineral resources. So note on this one. So this is the plateau mostly composed of old crystalline, hard, igneous, metamorphic rocks. Peninsular plateau composed with crystalline, hard, igneous and metamorphic rocks. Chota Nagpur Plateau is very rich in mineral resources. Next, Udagamandalam. Ooty is also located in the Nilagiri mountains. The highest peak in Nilagiri mountains, Dodabetta, 2637 meters. The highest peak in the Eastern Ghats, Aromakonda, 1680 meters. The highest peak in Western Ghats, Anaimudi, 2695 meters. The highest peak in South India, Anaimudi, 2695 meters. Observe here. So this is very important for examination point of view because they will ask you Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So Maharashtra is located in the Western Ghats. Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Eastern Ghats, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. So Western Ghats, these are the states in Western Ghats, these are the states in the Eastern Ghats.